Today we are visiting Lessines. It's a village in the south of Belgium, and we are here to visit a hospital, the Hospital of Notre-Dame de la Rose. Hello and good morning. We are here in the south of Belgium because we're going to visit Notre-Dame, l'Hôpital Notre-Dame de la Rose. After all, the hospital of Our Lady with the Rose. This is a hospital founded in 1242, so that's a while ago. And it was founded because there was some administrator to the Flemish court, Arnold van Overgouwen, who when he was 60 was ordered to participate in the war between Louis and Henri. We're talking Louis IX and Henri III here. He was already 60, but he was ordered to participate in this war. And he didn't trust it. He was worried about the state of his immortal soul. We don't know why, that isn't recorded, but he was worried. So he told his wife, if I die in this war, I want you to donate a lot of our money, several £1,000s, which was a fortune in 1242. I want you to donate this to the poor. Well, he did indeed die in this war, and his wife, Alix de Rosoit, she thought, well, I'm not giving away all this money. She decided to do the thing in the time to found a hospital. So she founded this hospital, the Hospital of Our Lady of the Rose. And she also installed, it was a hospital, but of course it also was a religious order, so they could pray for the soul of her husband at the same time. Well, in the years afterwards, this became a very successful hospital. We have never been here before, so we're going to look what we're going to find inside. And will you join us? There's her name right on the center stone. Madame Alix de Rosoit, 1242. That's the founder of this hospital. And for the rest, I see some sirs, some sisters, and some other names.
It's a newer building though.
Yeah, it started in... This building is from 1664, I see. Well, she started it in 1242, but it has been expanded and expanded because, like I said, it's a very popular hospital. It was very successful. Well, maybe a hospital, because he's fabulous. This is the shield depicting the foundress. Here we have Alix de Rosoit, of the Rose, so that's where the monastery gets its name, of the Lady of the Rose. And this is her son. But the roses are prominent in the shield. It must have been a rich hospital because we're finding lots of very good paintings in here. Like I said, it was also a cloister with sisters praying for the soul of Arnold, but also providing the services of the hospital. At that moment, the hospital was meant to minister to the poor because, well, the reason behind that was that Alix was told to give away the money to the poor, but she figured, if I found a hospital, I can feed the poor and make them well again, so they don't have to beg in the streets because they can't work. If I cure them, they can work again, and so they won't be poor anymore. So that was her reasoning behind founding a hospital, besides what her husband had wanted, just giving away all the money. Now we're entering into the medical stuff. Upstairs it was all the cloister and the sisters and the lives of the saints, but here we get into the medical stuff. So, what was medicine like when this hospital was founded? Of course, it was well known that you could take herbs or medicinal plants to help in healing. But also, of course, there was no knowledge yet of biochemistry, of why these things worked. But they had a theory. It was the theory of humors. There were 4 fluids in the human body, and the balance of those humors could affect everything. It could affect your temperament, could affect your physical and your mental well-being. The 4 humors being yellow bile, black bile, blood and phlegm. So what you see in this hospital, when we look around, there are all kinds of little pots and little jars with all kinds of powders, of stuff in it, all meant to affect this balance of the humors. That was the main way in which they thought they could affect physical well-being. And when we wander around this hospital, we will see the emergence of modern medicine as well, and modern techniques, right up to Louis Pasteur with things like penicillin and with modern techniques. And they're showing it all in this hospital. So, shall we take a look? This is stuff for anesthetics. It's a mask where they could administer chloroform, so they could anesthetize you. So that's really advanced, and it's right next to phrenology, where they believed that bumps on your head could tell you where you were ill and what was wrong with you. That's side by side. That's bizarre. And apparently fake eyes. Oh, this is something for you. These are artificial eyes, and that's the machine to insert it into your eye socket.
Ah. Ooh.
That's not for you.
Oh. Oh, nee.
He's cringing now. That's a rather spectacular model. I mean, there's the womb with the baby in it. There you have the fleece. The other half of the womb with the placenta is also there. That's sophisticated. These are tiny little clamps to clamp the umbilical after a birth, but it's all dainty with a bird and it's all pretty. So these are the actual sick rooms where they treated people. And here you see the more modern stuff. This hospital was operational until 1840. that's cool. I think that's Louis Pasteur. Right, so we've been thinking. I told you the official story that Arnoud told in his will, his wife in his will, to give away all his money. We've been thinking about that. So what I'm going to say now is our interpretation of this story and not the official story that's told of this lady. If you consider the position of Alix, her husband just died. He told her to give away a large sum of their money to the poor. And what was she supposed to do then? She's a French princess. She married into Flanders to this official. Now he dies and he leaves her, and he also takes away the money she has. So she didn't do what was in the will. She decided to found this hospital with this cloister inside. Well, we've been thinking that is actually pretty smart of this lady, because instead of being penniless in Flanders, what are you supposed to do? Maybe you should marry again, maybe you should go back to your family, but instead she founds this hospital, and of course she has to be here for the foundation of the hospital and to help it thrive. So she gives herself a position of independence. Well, our interpretation is that's now I don't know how to say this politely, but that's saying to your husband, yeah, right, nice try, I'm gonna thrive here anyway. That's our story, and we're sticking with that. We're now in the garden surrounding the hospital, but it's full of medicinal plants, they say. Oh yeah, there's plates for every plant, and it states the medicinal purposes. Fatigue, prévention du vieillissement, this is against aging. Well, this was it. Our little visit to the Hospital Notre-Dame de la Rose. I hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. We didn't know what to expect, but it was a very nice mixture of a gorgeous building, a nice story, and some very bizarre medical equipment. See you next time. This was Inge from Little Big History.